Soul Blade, or Soul Edge as it was known in Japan, was released for the Sony PlayStation in 1997. It was an arcade port by a title of the same name that was released in 1996 by Namco. The general premise is pretty straightforward. It's a one-on-one style fighting game. But what makes Soul Blade unique from other fighting games is the introduction of weapons. And I'd like to take this time to mention that Soul Blade was the first in the Soul Calibur series, which is still ever popular today.
Namco.
As you can see, there are 7 types of game modes, and the one I play most often is arcade, but Edgemaster mode is like a story mode if you're interested in that sort of thing from a game. You have 10 characters to choose from. One of my personal favorites is Rock.
Battle 1. Fight.
True to form with most fighting games, the variety of buttons on the PlayStation controller control different types of kicks and weapon moves, as well as a block button. And you can win a round by either knocking out your opponent by taking away all his energy, or getting a ring out. You'll also notice a weapon gauge. It looks like a sword, and there's an actual energy bar inside that sword, and that is your weapon meter. Every time you block a shot, the weapon meter decreases to some degree, and if it is fully drained, then you lose your weapon.
The grueling battle ended with the victory of Rock.
And while the game looked fantastic in 1996 and 97, you might notice that the graphics have a very low polygon count, which gives a general low resolution appearance. The controls felt a bit stiff and a little bit ill-responsive, but in general the game was playable, even revisiting it 10 years later.
The grueling battle ends with the victory of Sophia. You win. Battle 2. Fight.
If you're playing the game in single-player mode, each of the 10 characters have 2 different distinct endings, one happy and one sad. So that has some interesting replayability factors to consider when playing Soul Blade. Another thing I noticed about the gameplay was that it was very difficult or impossible to string together a combo, which is kind of important when playing a fighting game. I don't know, it struck me as a bit odd. I'd like to mention that the goal in playing the single-player version of Soul Blade is to obtain the weapon Soul Calibur, which is the namesake of the rest of the series. So after revisiting Soul Blade, practically 10 years or so after its initial release, I was pleasantly surprised. The game held up extremely well. It was a lot of fun to play in the single-player and 2-player versus modes, and in general it was a good time. If you have a PlayStation or a PlayStation 2 or 3, I urge you to pick up Soul Blade. I'm your host Dami for Classic Games Revisited. Until next time.